Hello, hello. Welcome to my channel. My name is Emmy from Emmy Evolving. If this is your first time joining me, thank you for finding me. This is not your, this is not your first time. Thank you for coming back. So, I'm going to be doing a reading for us. It is the last couple days for you to go ahead and get your tickets for the raffle. We're going to be picking a winner very soon. This is for a 2-hour meditative experience with me, along with all the energy work you could possibly need, reading, and we could do past life stuff. We could do ancestral stuff, whatever. And you will get a musical track that's calibrated just for your frequency. Okay. We created just for you. In addition to that, I have a whole bunch of things that events that are going to be coming up. These are really powerful events that you could be a part of. Go to soulworksynergistics.com/projects to see what we have in store. I'll put that on the bottom of the screen. And I'm doing a reading right now. So I asked what this reading was going to be about, and what I was told was tears to cleanse that wound and love to heal it. Ooh, something. Someone's going through something. Oh, I'm about to break this fan. Let me stop. Let me stop messing with it. All right. Let's go ahead. That looks weird on my shirt. Okay. My senses are overloaded. Oh my God, what's going on with me today? Sensory overload. Ooh, a lot of intense emotions. Ooh, good God. Ooh, good God. So really quick, as I was running late and overthinking in my rush, I totally had this thought. I was thinking about kind of how things played out yesterday, or was it the day before? I don't remember when, but something played out. And, someone had been commenting some really intense things, and I was just like, it's overwhelming me. Like, if you could please stop, if you could please refrain. And then they said no, they weren't going to stop. And that's the thing, is like, I think part of our tears have to do with people who view us as a sanctuary, yet treat us as a dumping ground. Right? Oftentimes, like, I have my BFFs, and I don't always just go to them for everything. I don't like just unload all of the caca that I'm dealing with. And maybe that's a trauma response, or maybe it's me consciously choosing not to treat them like a dumping ground. You know? Um, we have to be careful about what we allow people to believe they can do with us, to us. Sometimes when you love so deeply, people will misunderstand that as like, oh, I have permission to just completely unload on you, just dump it all out on you because you're strong, you can take it, and, I need to vent. We have to learn the difference between venting and dumping. Don't treat your sanctuary like a dumping ground. Okay? And that's one of the things about this space. This space is a sanctuary. It's not necessarily a dumping ground. It's one thing for you guys who consistently join me to have like a really bad day once in a great while, and to like come here where it's your community, and we're talking with each other, we're sharing, and you feel inspired to share of yourself and your life. And it's another thing to be one of those people who just go anywhere and just like vomitos of the mouth, of the fingers, where like you have to vent that it's everyone else's fault. It's everyone except you, right? Yeah, no, no. So we have to be careful about what we allow other people to believe they can do within the hallowed walls of your sanctuary. Okay? So it's not about never letting anyone vent to you, or never venting to anyone, the people that you trust, or it's not about that. It's about reading the situation. It's about understanding the environment that you're in, the sanctity of it. For example, yesterday was a podcast day. I had to deal with some pretty important family stuff, so I couldn't actually be fully live the whole time. So I played an old video, and I was trying to figure out which one of my older videos I would play. And there was a video that was potent, definitely a potent one, back from 2018, where I'm talking about men versus women, right? And it was a really potent video. And I was like, And then I was like, you know what? With the environment that we're in right now, with things being overturned, like, no, that's just no. That doesn't feel right. A lot of people are hurting right now because of some of the decisions that other people made. And I don't need to add to people's sense of being wounded. So it's that type of behavior where you really take accountability for the environment that you're entering and the way you're affecting it, right? So let's get started. This is a lot of cards. Prosperity. So someone wants to enter into a space of prosperity, and that's a beautiful thing. There's nothing wrong with wanting to be prosperous. This concept of, if you're spiritual, you cannot be prosperous, and if you're prosperous, there's no way you can be spiritual. That's a lie. That's absolutely a lie. You can be secure in your prosperity. Your security can create environments where you can become more prosperous. It just depends on what you want to do with it. When your perception has been skewed because of all these different things that have been going on in your life, the things you've been dealing with, then, you need to cleanse that. And if you get something in your eye that's skewing the way your eye functions, you need to rinse that out. Oftentimes, that's what tears are, the rinsing of your perception. Your eye regulates itself pretty well. If something gets inside it, it will continue to tear up. It will continue to leak those tears down your face until whatever was irritating your eye, your ability to see, it's been cleansed out. Sometimes we need some assistance in that cleansing process. I remember years ago, when I was in college and I was taking chemistry classes. Every time I take a chemistry class at the beginning of the semester, the teacher will emphatically let us know that if you get anything in your eyes, do not rub your eyes. Instead, go ahead and go to the washing station where they have this special solution that comes out of it. It looks like a drinking fountain, but it's made to rinse your eyes, and you just put your eyes there with hold your eyes open, right? And that will help to cleanse it out. And I think a lot of what's going on is that instead of allowing ourselves to have those tears, we're thinking that we can remove this abrasive irritation, this irritant, by rubbing. Without the tears, that rubbing is going to simply further injure your ability to see. It can scratch up your lens. It can do all sorts of different things. So this is about honoring what our process is as we are in the process. Oftentimes, processes that are very intense, it involves tears. There's nothing weak or wrong with tears. Nothing. Nothing weak or wrong about tears at all. And we come from societies. Notice how I say societies, more than one. It's not just in the United States of America, it's through so many different nations. You are not allowed to cry, you are not allowed to experience emotion. If we're not supposed to be experiencing emotion, why is it a natural part of who we are? It's a natural part of how you were created. That's why you came into this life, to feel the full motion and emotion of the pendulum of your life. And to not allow yourself to feel the things that need to be felt is to create a blockage within yourself. I think for some, I don't know why I say this. It's very intense, very, very intense. I'm not sure why I say this. There is a lot of, I don't know, it's an intense emotion. It's intense, just so intense. Like, it's the sense of seeing something clearly, maybe for the first time, and maybe not seeing with your eyes, but instead seeing. And there's so much emotion, so much sadness, so much realization of how skewed their perception has been, and this desperation to correct something that I don't know if it's too late to correct. um I don't know, but my hands are peeling more. Dedication, whatever it was that initiated this learning opportunity, it involved the loss of dedication to something or someone. The dedication is no longer there, right? And that's one of the things that is necessary to continue with something long term. You have to be dedicated to it. The dedication is no longer there, so it feels like it's a time to move forward, but a lack of understanding of how to do that and which direction to move forward towards. Fertility, creation, this is this energy is intense. I don't know if y'all feel it, but it's intense, like ridiculously intense. Beltane. Let's see. Let's see. Beltane is a pagan holiday and one of the 8 Sabbats. It falls about halfway between spring equinox, Astara, and the coming summer solstice, Litha. The holiday celebrates spring at its peak in the coming summer. May Day. Let's see. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm trying to figure out why Beltane sticks out. Um, People and cattle would walk around the bonfire or between 2 bonfires, sometimes even jumping over flames to gain protection. Oh shit. I'm sorry. Oh, holy moly. It's just not today, Satan. Okay, I'll stop. I'll stop. Okay, so what I read was both people and cattle would walk around the bonfire between 2 bonfires, sometimes even jumping over flames to gain protection, health, and wealth. Household fires would be put out and then relit using flames from the central bonfire. So there is a fire that's about to be relit. Whew. All right. Keeping it moving forward. Um Whatever upside down stuff that happened in winter, I mean, this is a clearing of that, like the I don't know, it's almost like end of cycles. Like finally, things are just, you know, someone is becoming very, very clear about how whatever they're participating in, it's just like this dead end type thing, that there's really no hope to any of that. There's no correcting, there's no fixing, healing, or any of that. Any of that. Any of that at all. At all. Shadow, mirror. So at first, it's almost a sense of like an upside down mirror, shadow mirror would be, it's you're a reflection. You're a reflection of all of the goodness that's inside, the goodness that has been kind of just eaten away by this banshee of a succubus. Oh, shit. Too much truth too fast. Let me stop. Jesus loves me. Oh, yes, he does. Jesus loves me. Oh, yes, he does. Someone been dealing with a succubus. I'm just saying, someone's been dealing with a succubus incubus combination. This is an individual who has just been draining your life force. They've just been sucking you dry. I'm just saying, Jesus loves me. Oh, yes, he does. Jesus loves me. Oh, yes, he does. Jesus, take the fucking mic. Take the mic. Okay. Girl, Jesus loves you. Act like it. Be worthy of that love. Okay. Someone's dealing with a succubus, incubus energy, and it's almost like you're done with it. You're just done with it. And I can't say I blame you. I can't say I blame you. It's giving me a fucking rash again. Oh, oh my God. Oh, I'm gonna have to check that later. Ooh, we gotta do some EFT real hard. Just stop. Okay. Intensification. This desire to be free of whatever this is going to continue to intensify. Praise the Lord, Jesus Christ, superstar. Praise the Lord for that. I'm not even joking. This desire to be completely done with it is going to continue to intensify. And yes. So as that intensification occurs, you're going to want to continue to isolate. I don't know that you should. I don't know that this is something that you should deal with by yourself. Oh. Oh. Excuse me. So this incubation period, like I said, I don't know that you should go through this yourself. It feels like you need the support, like the support. But I don't know that you have that support in your life. I don't know that your environment is supportive. Sometimes when you're dealing with a full-on succubus type energy or person, they'll infiltrate all the people around you. They'll go ahead and they'll create opportunities for them to bond with the people who are closest to you in order to have those people support in times of conflict. And so you'll feel trapped. You don't feel supported. Baby boo, come over here. Stay here where we support each other. Stay here where we can listen and support each other and empower each other. Family is so much more than blood. There is such a thing as etheric blood. Maybe we come from the same ancestral lines. Maybe we come from the same galactic lines. Who knows? Home is more than where blood exists. Home is where you can be honored and live with dignity. So, maybe you don't need biological family right now. Maybe what you need are people who understand, like truly understand, because they've been through that. Maybe they're the whipping girl or whipping boy. Maybe they're the one that is always consistently blamed, the scapegoat, the black sheep. Yeah, I used to see myself as a scapegoat, the black sheep, the prodigal daughter, right? And then I went out into the wilderness and cultivated myself, and I came back as my own mother freaking Messiah. I'm not a Messiah for anyone else. I am a Messiah unto myself for my life and my journey. All right. So, as defined, a Messiah is a leader or savior of a particular group or cause. My cause is my own. Okay. Me and all the lives I lived is my own little group. The promised deliverer of the Jewish nation prophesies in the Hebrew Bible. Yeah, we all know what y'all did. We all know what y'all did last time he was here. Hmm. Google, you're such a bastardo. What are you trying to do? Who is God's wife? God had a wife, Asherah, whom the Book of Kings suggests was worshipped alongside Yahweh in his temple in Israel, according to an Oxford scholar. God had a wife, Asherah, whom the Book of Kings suggests. Why are you repeating it? And here y'all thought God was a bachelor. How do you think he popped out all us babies? How do you think? How do you think God popped out all the babies? I'm just saying. All right. So, summer upside down. Ooh, that process of liberation. Mm, That's gonna be intense. But here's the thing: go into the field of sunflowers. We can be sunflowers for each other, right? We can be sunflowers for each other. I think this summer is a watershed season for some. This is the season where you're going to find yourself making the decisions you have needed to make for so long. Won't you help me sing these songs of freedom? Uh-huh. I knew it. I don't know. I'm like kind of feeling like I might actually be psychic. Have you guys ever played this game where you have to guess what the card is before the card flips over? Anywho, Michael asked if I wanted to roll my eyes one more time. No, I do not. That hurt the last time I rolled it. So, no, I do not. I do not want to injure my eyes. Boundaries in reverse and masculine. The masculine is struggling with their own boundaries. So, you know what you do? You know what you do? You find your scrotum. Shit. You find your scrotum and you check to see if the testicles are in there. That's what you do. Okay. And if the testicles are not in the scrotum, well, then they're probably still in your abdominal cavity and they haven't descended yet. You haven't reached yet a level of maturity. So instead of focusing on what other people are doing, focus on your growth so you can reach that level of maturity that will take you outside of the confines of what you have been suffering through and struggling through for God knows how long you've been going through this. Three little birds, it's on my doorstep, singing sweet songs, a melodies pure and true, singing, this is my message to you. Baby, don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be all right. Ahem, ahem. All right. Michael says that was not in compliance with what I was supposed to say. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Let me just get my head on straight. Okay. Pour some sugar on me. Okay. Okay, I'll stop messing around. Jeez, Mary. Bring love into the situation, but see, it's in reverse, so there's no love there. There's no love there. This is about settling for something just because it's been there for so long. It's about settling. Someone settled. They settled for whatever they settled for. And I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Oops. Emotions are running high, but see, it's in reverse. So now that's telling me that these high emotions are being ignored. Ignored. Ignoring someone who acts out of pocket sometimes is not enough. Depending on the depth of their out of pocketness, I don't know. You might need to have a response for that. You might need to let a motherfucker know. He just might. You might need to let someone know, like, listen here, motherfucker. Hold on. I'm sorry. Won't you help me sing these songs of freedom? Hey, did you go to the store? Okay, thank you. Bye. No, oh my God. Who did I call? Jesus, Mary, Joseph. Oh my God. No. Just breathe. Just breathe. Okay. Put the phone down. Just put the phone down. Put it down right there. Check out the next card. Confidence is your key to success. New moon in Leo. See, the lion's upside down. The lion is upside down, probably because this succubus of a person has sucked all your confidence in yourself. The longer you stay in a situation of maltreatment, especially emotional and mental maltreatment, the more your sense of self and confidence will struggle. And that's just kind of how it is. Why am I so quick to walk away from things that I know are going to lead to maltreatment at this point? I don't want to lose my sense of self trying to appease someone who will never be satisfied. I've learned to love people as they are. What does that mean? If I see you as someone who uses other people, I will love you in that way. I will let you be who you are, but you will not be that around me. You understand you can love people in their absence. You can have love for people and not ever talk to them again. Love has nothing to do with physical proximity or geographic location. It has nothing to do with that. So okay, for the first time in for like ever, I left the country without my husband or children. for the first time ever. That was back in, I think, 2017. Did I suddenly stop loving my husband and my children while I was gone for like a week or two? Did I not love them because I wasn't there? No, I still continued to love them. I still thought of them the entire time I was gone. Love has nothing to do with proximity. The time frame that you've known someone does not obligate you to have any type of loyalty to them. You know, you don't have to have that type of loyalty. Your loyalty should be to yourself first and foremost. And I know I've said this before, but I'll say it again. You know what, I pretty much I was a teen in the 90s, right? And in the 90s, that's when I was really, really into the pop culture, what the masses are into. Tupac, Biggie, I'm just saying, yes, gangster rap. Love it. Love it. But here's the thing, that culture, that rap culture, really, really drove home this concept of ride or die. Like, I gotta be a rider. You know what I mean? I gotta be a ride or die. Like, like no matter what, I got you. Ride or die, I got you. And then as I've grown, it's like, what the F is that even? What is that? This ride or die thing where what, let them ride you till you die? I don't think so. I don't think so. My ride or die logic has changed. It's grown into something so much more profound. So much more profound, where I can see someone in the situation they're in and I can be like, oh, you're about to learn something. Let me not interfere, but let me hold space so that if you feel that you will falter, you can come back and kind of just, you know, chillax with me. And then go back into your lesson and really, really learn what needs to be learned. Forget that ride or die culture at this point. If your behavior endangers me, you should not continue to be given the grace that I have been giving you and allowing you to remain in connection with me. And that's the thing. We continue to extend the level of grace that people are not worthy of. Why? Do you think that if you prove your loyalty, then they will prove theirs? I would say they've already proven their level of lack of loyalty to you if you have to continuously prove yourself. Yeah. See, part of the reason why my connection with my husband is so strong is because I understand human nature. No, there's no rules that exist between us outside of respect and cherish each other. I'm not going to tell him what he can and cannot look at on the internet because that's dumb. If I am with a man who makes me feel so insecure about myself and my place in his life that every single other woman out there is my competition, baby boo, you don't deserve an empress like me. If I ever get to a point in this relationship where I'm questioning, like, well, what do I mean to you? Nothing. I mean nothing. Really let that like marinate through every single pore. If it's someone that makes you feel so insecure about yourself, why are you there? Why are you there? Oh, well, that's one hell of a statement. There is so many guys beg for my ass, richer and more handsome than him. And that might be why you're in the situation you're in. It's not a man's job to take care of me. And if I hold a man to that standard where your physicality is my priority, you have to fall within the specific parameters that I set, that I'm attracted to and that I've set, then the same can be applied to you. The same can be applied to you. Be careful with that logic. I'm just saying, be careful with that logic. Because sometimes when that's what we're seeking, someone to take care of us, you're going to pay a heavy ass price for that rent being paid. You're going to basically be chattel. They've bought and now own you. I'm just saying. I don't want to tell people how to view or the perception they should use, the filters that are needed for the dating scene, but that's a transactional relationship. That's not a romantic relationship. It's transactional. If you're okay with transactions, I mean, by all means, be okay with transactions. But just know, just like when the barista at Starbucks gets your order wrong and your expectations are not met, do you like, oh, I'm sorry. Um, can my coffee wasn't made right. No, people throw attitude, the sense of entitlement. I'm just saying, I'm just saying, we got to be careful with, the logic that we use for the people in our life. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm saying your logic gets you to a specific end result. And if that end result is not what you wanted, you might have to shift that logic a little bit. You might have to shift that logic. I haven't dated very many people just because I'm highly selective. But in that few that I have dated, when I was much younger, there were a couple who were extremely wealthy. Extremely wealthy. One in particular, he worked in the music industry. And when I say he worked in the music industry, I'm talking about at a level where the artists are known globally. That's his level of wealth. And I remember, gosh, I was like 18. 18, and I'm like, I'm not dumb. You travel everywhere. I'm not dumb. I'm not dumb. And I remember one day, um, and I knew that wasn't going to be a long term relationship. I'm 18. I'm 18. And I remember one day he was trying to test to see if I would be a typical type of female. And I distinctly remember that conversation because he went to an event, an industry event, and he was telling me that this artist named Maya was like really flirty with him. And I was just like, well, that's cute. And he's like, you're not mad? I'm like, no. He's like, you wouldn't have a problem with. I said, no, but you also wouldn't be calling me anymore. He goes, yes, I would. And I was like, no, but I wouldn't answer it. And he's like, yes, you would. No, I wouldn't. I'm not sweating you like that. You're sweating me. Let's get this straight. You are pursuing me. I am not pursuing you. You are the one that wants this to work, not me. I'm simply sitting here observing who you are. And he got real quiet. He got real quiet. And no, it wasn't a game. It's just not. It wasn't a game. It was something where it's like, listen, I'm 18. I'm not committed to you. I'm not committed to you, and I'm not going to play myself. I'm not going to play this game with myself where um, I'm going to turn this into something that it's not. It's not a long term thing. Clearly, not a long term thing. And we were dating for some time, and then he stopped calling me, and I think it was like 3 weeks or something like that, maybe for a month. I'm not sure, but he stopped calling me. No explanation, no nothing. I didn't call him back. I didn't call him. I didn't ask him where he was. I didn't text or any of that. Oh, we didn't have text back then. It was page. I didn't page him. And I moved on with my life. And then next thing you know, one day he calls me and I'm at my new boyfriend's house. And I was like, I can't talk right now. He had kept calling and finally I answered the phone. I was like, I can't talk right now. He goes, you're at some dude's house, aren't you? I'm like, yes, I am. And he's like, what? And I said, yes, I'm at my boyfriend's house. And he's like, you have a boyfriend? And I was like, yeah, yes, I do. He's actually sitting here right beside me, listening to our conversation on speakerphone. At which point he's like, call me when you get home. And I was like, we'll see. We'll see. And I did end up calling him when I got home, just like, are you okay? What's up? You keep calling. Is everything okay? And I distinctly remember, like, he was serious. He's like, I'll buy you a house. Why? I live with my parents. I'll buy you a new car and a house, and you don't have to work anymore. Stop seeing that person. I'm sorry. You don't get a say in who I see or don't see. And he's like, we have something. Have what? Last time I checked, I kept walking. The offer of a house paid off in my name at 18. The offer of a luxury vehicle paid off in my name. The offer of marrying me. I was like, motherfucker, I'm 18. What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? Whatever made you think that I wanted any of that with you? Because you know what? It's very, very clear to me. That's payment for me and my body. I'm good. I'm good. I'm so fucking good off that kind of shit. I'm so good off that. If I had accepted that, exactly, it's a trap. This fool was so much older than me, and he's like wanting me to sit at home waiting for him to come into. No, you're not living a rapper's dream. I don't think so. I'm not dumb. I'm not dumb. And for like another year or so, even though I said all of that, and I was just like, no, I'm good. I'm good. He still tried for like another year or so. For another year. Hmm. I was just like, no, I'm good. I'm not going to answer your calls no more. Nothing, like offering all sorts of different things. And during that time, gosh, that was a period where, the materialism was just ramping up. And this person had access to all sorts of different things, all sorts of different fashion houses and couture. And I'm like, I'm good. I'm good. I don't need you to dress me either. I'm good. It's not a threat. It's not some ultimatum like love me more than all your other. Nah, I'm good. I'm just good. No, thank you. No, thanks. Be very, very, very careful about the type of logic that you adopt for your own. Be very, very careful with that. When you adopt other people's toxicity, as your own, it then becomes your own. And you are still responsible for the way in which you implement that into your life. You are responsible for that. You don't then get to be like, well, I didn't know any better. Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. You did. But you listened to someone who was toxic. You tried to be a part of a toxic culture or subculture. And that's how you get your own feelings hurt. If you want to play that game, it's a game that's going to be played. Let me say it again. If you want to play that game, it's a game that's going to be played. If you don't like playing games, stop pulling out the chessboard. Stop pulling out the game boards. Stop pulling out the video game and all of these things that you could use as metaphors for the games you play with yourself. Stop. Just stop. Don't allow yourself to be nothing but a byproduct of cultural programming that was intended to turn you into chattel. Look up chattel slavery. Look up chattel slavery. I remember, because like I said, I have a very real, authentic marriage connection with my husband. I remember very, very early into our marriage, because I was already stay-at-home mom, right? And what did he say? I don't remember what he said anymore, but it was this thing of like, um, the sense of not appreciating what I contribute because I don't work. And yo, when I keep a house, I keep a house. That shit is spotless. When you get home, dinner is ready. House is clean. Kids are well behaved. When you get ready for work, I'm gonna wake up same time as you, make you breakfast, prepare your lunch. I will drive wherever you're working with the kids so you could have lunch with us. Like, no, don't you ever fucking come at me like I don't contribute something just because I don't bring home money. And I remember making it clear, you want me to show you how strong I am? Say that shit to me one more time and I will show you how fucking strong I am. At which point I don't fucking need you in my life. Be grateful that I give you a role to play in my life because I can work and be a mom. We never had that same argument again. We're not following no fucking cultural programs that tell you that you have some fucking claim on me like that because you are the breadwinner. I'm a stay-at-home mom. Try making enough money to replace someone who does as much as I do. Fuck that shit. Real marriage. Real marriage. It took us a long time to be able to learn each other and our boundaries. And that's why I cherish this man. He didn't have to choose to learn about me beside me. People think they can enter into a relationship at the degree that he and I are now at right from the start. Do you understand how many years we have committed to learning each other, learning how to properly cherish each other? That's a long time, a long commitment, a decision every day to show up for each other every day. Relationships like what I have, they are custom created and take many, many years to create. You don't fall into that. You grow in it. You grow in it. You grow in it. And let me tell you, I'm a very difficult person to be in a relationship with. I'm not a bad person. Don't get me wrong. I'm still a motherfucking catch, but I am a hard person to be in a relationship with because I will hold you accountable for all of your fucking bullshit. I don't think so. You want to do that shit? Go back to your mom's house. I'm that type of person to be in a relationship with. Mhm. Mhm. I remember I was pregnant, like heavily pregnant, and I was doing laundry. My husband had never done laundry before because his mom always did his laundry. He was already 20 something, and his mom still was doing his laundry. And she had a particular way of doing his laundry. And I have a particular way of doing laundry where you just stick it in the fucking laundry shit and then you dry it. And he didn't like that. And I remember I washed his black shirt with a towel and socks. And he was so livid. We were like in our early 20s. He was so livid that I did that because now he had lint all over his shirt. And I was like, go back to your fucking mom's house. He's like, what? Have your mom wash your laundry. I don't give a fuck. Does she ever fucking criticize my laundry skills? And he was just like, I'll do my own laundry. Yeah, thank God. Do your own fucking laundry. I was so mad. I was so mad. I was like, do your own fucking laundry. Take your laundry to your mom's house. Yeah. Like, motherfucker, I don't gotta wash your laundry. I'm over here half dying off this fucking pregnancy. My pregnancies are really hard. And basically, like, he needed time to grow and understand other people. That didn't make him a bad person, but he was very well loved as a child. He didn't really have to do much. He got away with fucking all kind of shit. He got away with all kind of shit. And so he, as an adult, that's what he knew until he met me. Until he met me, and I was like, nah, motherfucker, we don't do that shit here. Yeah, no, I'm really I'm not an easy person to be in a relationship with, you know? Like, he was accustomed to, if his mom gets him a snack, like a full bag of chips, that's his. No one's allowed to touch it. I remember we had just barely begun dating, and he had a bag of chips, and he rolled it up. I said, "Can I have some?" And he's like, "It's mine." Yo, I grabbed that bag of chips out of his hand. I ate the whole fucking bag. I was like, "We share." He's like, "You're fucking crazy." We share. You don't want to share. What else don't you want to share? I will eat that too. I'm saying, okay? But, now I'm not as toxic. I was toxic as fuck. You don't want me to do something? That's what I'm going to do. You don't want to share chips? I'm going to eat the whole fucking bag. In front of you. While you watch. And I stare you in the eyes for every single chip. We've been together a very long time, and we've both grown as people. We've both grown because there's been times where I've taken things too far, and he's been the one to be like, no, no. And that's what I needed at that time. Has nothing to do with looks or riches or any of that. It has nothing to do with any of that. If you want to do the superficiality, the material connection, transactional relationships, that's what you'll get. One day you'll get old, and there'll be time to trade you in. One day your purpose will be outlived, and it'll be time to trade you in. And if you're going to connect on a superficial level like that, like, do you sit down and tell your car, like, you getting kind of old, time to trade you in for a younger model? No, you just go and do it. See, when you become someone else's property, they don't need to give you that respect and consideration and talk to you first. No, they just go and do it. They just go and do it. So if that's what you want, then want it. Go for it. Go for it. That's not what I want. Mm-mm. That's not what I want. I'm very clear with my husband what I want. I want an equal. I want someone as driven and full of integrity as I am, at the level of integrity that I operate at. That's what I want. I want an equal. I want someone who grows with me. Doesn't have to be exactly like me, but we can grow in the same direction together and have our differences and be good with that. That's why it works. It works because as I grow, he chooses to grow as well in his own way. And no, he doesn't have to like the things that I like. He doesn't. He asked for a crystal recently, like within the past couple of years. We were watching an online crystal show. And for the first time ever, he's like, "Ooh, I like that." It was a labradorite sphere, and the blue flash on it was gorgeous. And so that's what he wanted. For the first time, he wanted a crystal. And so I got it for him. And then we're having, years later, we're having this conversation of it's time for me to clear some of my crystal hoarding. And, we're talking about which ones I will hold on to that mean a lot to me and which ones I'm willing to, rehome to other people, even though I want to keep it because I don't want to get rid of any crystal. Let's be real. And then I was like, okay, I think I'm willing to let this one go. And it was the labradorite sphere that I bought him. And he's like, that's some fucked up shit. That's the only crystal I ever asked for. And you're going to sell that? And I was like, what? He's like, no, I'm keeping that. Fine. Be that way. You don't even talk to it or play with it. He's like, no, I'm keeping that. Fine. Keep it. We got to be aware of the things we get ourselves into. Step out of your comfort zone in reverse. This is a desire to stay in a space of comfort, but that space of comfort, it's been breeding toxicity as well as stagnation. When something stagnates for too long, it becomes toxic, right? General rule of thumb. When it stagnates for too long, it becomes toxic. Nothing is yet set in stone. That window of opportunity is closing. Got to step on that. A time to give rather than to take. Maybe it's time to give someone their walking papers rather than waiting to accept your own. Right? Are you the type of person who you're afraid to be the bad person and so you're waiting for them to break up with you? For many people, even if they're the one that broke up with you, they're still going to say bad things about you. For many people. So what does it matter? What does it matter? Let them say whatever they're going to say. You cannot control the monologue that comes out of them. You can't. The energy is gaining momentum, but see, it's in reverse. So again, it's that whole thing of allowing yourself to become stagnant. Don't let yourself become stagnant. Communication is key. Ooh. It was almost a sense of, I felt like this knee-jerk sense of communication is key. Is this communication with a new person? Do you already have your eyes set on a new person? Like you have a crush on someone? I'm wondering if your crush on someone else, your attraction to someone else is the very thing that is inspiring you to finally get yourself and your life in order, right? You're currently in a situation that doesn't allow you to shine. No. It's a situation that lacks compassion. Double no. It's a situation that triggers the work you need to do on your shadow self. Yes. Yes. Ocean Lover says, yesterday I was with my grandmother. She had a plant that she said wasn't growing. She said she needed to move it so it can grow because it was root bound. The analogy that I was hearing in my head. Yes. Oh my gosh. People think that you can remain in the same pot for the rest of your life. When you become root bound, oftentimes what happens is the roots have taken over the whole pot, right? And when that happens, you eventually experience root rot. The entire plant will eventually die. Part of your growth is continuing to be transplanted into new pots, pots that are more in alignment with who and what you are. I mean, it's a very beautiful thing. It's a very, very beautiful thing to understand the way you grow yourself. Did you know that seedlings, veggie seedlings, that you start from seed, if you leave them in small containers for too long, they become root bound and they basically experience a failure to thrive? Failure to thrive. Is that what you're experiencing in your life right now? A failure to thrive, and you're in a place where you want to thrive. And so you're finding the courage to exit out. Oh my God, the heartache. The heartache. It's like so much heartache that I'm sensing. So, this reassurance that soon your strength will give you something to celebrate. Your strength, your decision to flex a little bit, it'll give you something to celebrate. And that golden crown moment will occur where you'll receive the communication, the download, the guidance from your higher self, and you'll be able to implement it into your life. Transformation upside down because of a lack of belief. Your transformation is upside down because you don't believe in yourself. You don't believe in your ability to to travel this sacred journey in the proper way. Sacred journey. Hope. You have hope, but you're not a free spirit. And if you continue to not be a free spirit, that hope is just another form of that stagnation, that upside down transformation. Hope is not enough. Let me really break it down. If you're ready to be an adult type of soul, not just a toddlerhood, but entering into that adulthood of soul, you need to begin grasping, accepting, integrating. Hope and faith are the toddlerhood of your consciousness. To become a full grown adult soul, you need to enter into a space of knowing, gnosis, not being a know it all, but knowing that your soul will provide for the circumstances that are necessary in order to learn what needs to be learned. I'm sorry, I'm surging. I'm surging. Gnosis is archaic Greek for knowing. The knowing is that God energy. The application of that knowledge is wisdom. Entering into that mother energy, that divine feminine, that sacredness, that Sophia. It's this need to enter into a space of knowing. So, light code injection, overcome, past life. They're all in reverse. Light code injection, overcome, and past life. This has to, oh shit. This has to do with a sense of rejection that stems from past life interactions, connections with a specific individual. All right. Self-sabotage and innocence in reverse. 24 and 48. Desire to be innocent, except you're not. You've been complicit in your maltreatment. You've been complicit in all of these really difficult situations that you have been struggling with. And when that becomes amplified, the end result of you feigning innocence, you enter into a space of self sabotage. All of these are upside down. You are not sabotaging yourself at this point. You are going through the lessons that need to be learned. And you're actually, for the first time in forever, willing to learn it. That's powerful. But see, if things remain hidden, that's going to be hard. That's going to be very, very hard. If things remain hidden, gosh, let's look. So the moon card: deception, twilight, obscurity, intuition, disillusionment, danger, bad influence, ulterior motives, and false friends. False friends. False friends. False confidants. Ooh, shit. Did you know that for some of us, there are people who are in your life that claim to be your friend, but they're not really your friend. They just want to be in your proximity. They're waiting for that opportunity to ensnare you once again. If you have friends, so I came across this video. I think it was Steve Harvey, right? And the person was asking him, like, how come you don't have female friends? And he just totally broke it on down, where it's like this thing of um, the person that he is, he understands that for many men, not all, but many men, they feign being your friend because they're waiting for that opportunity, that moment where you can come to them and tell them about your relationship problems and they can insert themselves and take that opportunity to become someone in a relationship with you. So it's almost this sense of like, I don't know. Marlene is the one telling me this. Marlene is the one telling me this. Marlene says something along the lines of a specific individual, and this is not going to apply to most people, a specific individual has remained your best friend because they've coveted you this entire time, even though there was this feigning of moving on and having a life and blah, 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 blah. But they really forever just wanted you. They will never extract their claws from you. Let that demon whore rip your heart out, because I promise she will help you grow a new one. The beauty of a true goddess is creation. Whatever you believe someone took from you, let them have it. As a goddess in flesh, I'll help you regrow a new one, a better one that's more fortified and aligned with the capacity that you are reaching in this moment. I'm not afraid of loss. Why? Whatever I lose, I will regrow. You can never take from me what's rightfully mine. Ever. Ever. So that's one of the things. That is definitely one of the things. We have to allow ourselves to enter into that creation space. Ooh, the royal is returning. Royal return. The messages are like the jewels that are to be affixed into your crown. The messages are the jewels that are to be affixed into your crown. Your crown is bejeweled with your knowledge, a knowledge applied. The knowledge in the crown, when you apply it, when you place it upon your head, when you allow it to become golden crown energy, you then enter into a state of gnosis, state of knowing. Reborn from shadow, but in reverse. For many of us, we need to be reborn. For some of us, we are unfuckwithable and will never perish. We are not, for some, We are not the types of souls that need to go through these shamanic deaths. We are these immortals in flesh that go through cycles of shedding. It's never you that dies, it is the skin that you outgrow, that you discard. Not the life, not the identity, but the skin, the barrier that prevents your internal from being witnessed externally. Arcturian activation healing. Someone's going through so much healing. So much healing. Healing is so painful. So one of my kids got road rash, and I was telling them when they had the road rash, it's so painful because it is exposed nerve endings, and so that's going to be very painful as it heals. And as they were going through that healing process, they were telling me how like it feels itchy inside. I'm like, yes, that's your nerve endings attempting to repair themselves. That's all it is. That's all it is. This hyper awareness of yourself healing can cause you to feel sensations that don't necessarily indicate that harm is taking place. It indicates quite the opposite, that you are healing. I was angry when my mom passed away. I wasn't allowed to be by her side. I was so angry. I was. And then I spent 2 years being angry and stuffing it down and having some of that anger rise up and affecting my attitude, causing me to become less than what I know I am. Well, let me correct that. The more accurate way to describe it is it caused me to behave in a way that was less than what I know I am. And it's this thing of, do I go ahead and continue to attack myself because for the 2 years since she passed, I've had an attitude issue that I can't quite seem to get a hold of? Or do I give myself that time and the space to just be like, listen, you still showed up even when you were broken. You still showed up. You showed up when most people wouldn't have the courage to show themselves in such a broken state. You showed up. Focus on your courage. Focus on your courage, not on the insecurities that are created and arise from your sense of perfectionism, this debilitating disease of a perception that I always have to be existing in a state of perfection, or else it's not enough. And you guys helped me to learn this tremendously, where it's this thing of, I am enough. Even at my most broken, I am enough, and I overflow with grace in my attempt to empower during a period where I feel so disempowered. To be able to provide for someone something you can't provide for yourself, I mean, what depth of strength do you need to be able to do that? To be your foundation while I'm crumbling inside? How fucking strong do you have to be able to do that? I still don't know. Not because I don't want to know, but it's only recently that I've begun allowing myself to see that there was so much I didn't see in the past 2 years. I will continue to learn and grow and be able to witness myself in spaces that I never thought I could enter, spaces that I thought I would falter in. And here I am seeing myself being exactly who I've always been, this unfuckwithable goddess in the flesh. And not goddess in the sense that I'm trying to identify as part of a group that's new age, spiritual, sacred, and no. I'm talking of goddesses of old, the ones who didn't concern themselves with the peasantry of human behavior. the kind of goddess that's worthy of being worshipped but never asks to be. It's time we begin redefining. It's time we begin really redefining our sense of self and how we fit into the environment that we co created with the people around us. I fit in at every level. In the words of Cardi B, from the bottom to the top. I fit in at every level. When was the last time you gave yourself permission to say that? Where you understand you can fit in at the top, the upper echelon, you can fit in at the mid level, you can fit in at the very rock bottom. I literally can fit in at any level. If I so want to, I can rub elbows with CEOs of multi-million dollar, multi-billion dollar corporations and be able to hold my own. I also feel very comfortable homeless in a parking lot, still being able to hold my own with no shame, no guilt. When was the last time you gave yourself permission to realize and accept you fit in at every level? Metamorphosis, Blu-ray Awakening. Yep. So, Metamorphosis, Blu-ray Awakening, and Awakenosis all in reverse. It's hard. Just because ascension mechanics are a normal, natural part of your process does not make it easy. And these people who try to feign this concept of ascension, like you just do this meditation, you eat these foods, and then you will like rise. Bitch, the fuck are you talking about? Ascension is so viscerally felt. It is such a rawness. It's this process of being born, not reborn, but born into a higher level of greatness that's more worthy of you. Maybe it's time for us to be rid of the concept of being reborn. Reborn into what? The same damn thing. Re means again. Let's look it up. Re. Hold on. Once more. With return to a previous state, revert. In return, mutually react. Behind or after. In a withdrawn state, recluse. Back and away, down, recede. With frequentative or intensive force, resound. With negative force, recant. Re. Once more, anew, with return to a previous state. In return, mutuality. You are mutually agreeing to remain in the same state that you were once in. All done. Regenerated, revived. There's very few things that are of importance on a human within their organ systems that can be regenerated. The most important things can't be. So sometimes things naturally have to end. Let it. Judgment in reverse. Stop shaming yourself for having the capacity to judge whether a situation is good or bad for you. It has nothing to do with someone else's worth. It has everything to do with that person's place in your life. Judgment is crucial. It is not just necessary, it is crucial. And these woke people who tell you don't be judgmental, bitch. Don't be judgmental. Oh, you so meaning you want me to be a doormat. Request denied. But no, request denied. but Emmy, no, request denied. It's okay for you to deny the request. It is. Ooh. Not all processes are good workflows. Mhm. Not all processes are good workflows. Whew. I'm just saying. Don't let other people convince you what your workflow should be. Okay. Don't let other people convince you what your workflow should be. Only you know that. These people who are hypercritical of what you're going through and where you're headed within your journey, they have no idea because they don't know you. What's happening is they're putting massive effort into trying to convince you to remain the version of yourself that they can more easily control. Fuck that shit. Fuck it. Put it in the fuck it bucket. Put it in the fuck it bucket. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. that's a good saying. Sometimes I impress myself with my sayings. I gotta go. Time's up. Time's up. Tears to cleanse that wound and love to heal it. If you can allow yourself to be cleansed of this pariah of a succubus. I don't know. Whoever this is, I don't like them. What? Oh my God, I mean, you can't not like someone that you don't know. Oh, I absolutely can. I absolutely can. I promise you, they don't like me either. So, Emmy, you can't be like that. Yes, I can. I'm being that right now. Whoever this pariah of a succubus is, I don't like them. I don't like. Everyone has goodness. Nah, whatever their goodness is, it's not enough for me. It's not enough to change my mind. There's a hole in the bucket, dear Eliza. There's a hole in the bucket, dear Eliza, dear Eliza. There's a hole in the bucket, dear Eliza. There's a hole in the bucket. Have you guys heard that song? Have y'all heard that song? I'm saying. I'm saying. You know what song that these toxic ass people can sing? But I guess I'm lonely, broken hearted. Life's not over. I can start again, 'cause I'm lonely, broken hearted. Life's not over. Need to get over you. Never thought I'd be alone again. That's why I asked you to be my best friend. Oh, you know you're always on my mind. Think about you all the time. But I guess I'm lonely, broken hearted. Life's not over. I guess, bitch, we don't care. We don't care. Yes, we don't care. We don't care. Yes, we don't care. We don't care. Yes, we don't care. That's your motto. I gotta go make myself some grain-free French toast. I'm just saying. French toast. I gotta go. Give this video a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, please do subscribe. Emmy, they've been muting you on Facebook. Have they? Let's see. Fucking Facebook, dude. Facebook is a grotchki ass hoe. I'm muted on Facebook. Let me see. Let me see. This motherfucker need me to sing louder. Is what it is? Is that what it is? I need to sing louder? Hold on. Hold on. Am I? This motherfucker need me to sing louder. This motherfucker needs me to sing louder. Yeah, I mean, you know, who cares? I don't care. I don't care. Oh, wow. What? We got Kim Davis over here wanting to be Jasmine. What are you saying? My heart can't say no. Type mom makes baby cry. Wow, beautiful. If wanna stay, I'm singing a whole new world. What? What? I can show you the world. Shining, shimmering, splendid. Tell me, princess, now when did you last let your heart decide? I know, I'm done singing. I gotta go. Bye, guys. I love you. Give this video a thumbs up. Go check out my website, all of that stuff. Go check out the projects. I have a few Awa Mofo left. You know, been there, done that, fuck that shit. Just that's your motto. Been there, done that, fuck that shit. Keep moving forward. Cry if you need to. Love yourself. Okay. Bye, guys. I gotta go.